Today I'll be explaining the Hindu editorial Rewind to Fast Forward. The delayed reset on retrospective tax is only for the first step to regaining investor confidence. So the delayed reset means the reset which was supposed to happen a lot of time ago. The delayed reset on retrospective tax is only the first step to regaining investor confidence. So even though the reset was slightly delayed, it is the first step to gain the confidence of our nation's of India's investors once again. A torturous taxation tale that began with global telecom major Vodafone's $11 billion entry into India is nearly its climax 14 years now. With the company having frozen fresh investments for a few years and its Indian operations now on the brink of collapse. So it's been 14 years until the Vodafone's $11 billion company has started to invest in India. But now due to the pandemic, the things between Vodafone and India are not looking good right now, and it seems to collapse. The investment of the company in India seems to collapse. On Thursday, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman introduced a tax laws to change to tax law changes to scrap the retrospective provisions brought in by the late Pranab Mukherjee in the Union Budget 2012 to 2023. So, our nation's finance minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, she introduced some law changes to scrap the retrospective provisions. So, so Pranab Mukherjee, our former president, he brought some changes in the budget of India in the time period of 2001 to 2020, 2013. So our finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman, she introduced some law changes that scrap what Pranab Mukherjee has given and change the way tax works in our country. IT demands have been made in 17 cases, including from Vodafone and Karen and Kail, using those retroactive clauses in the IT law. So, the IT law, which was involved in about 17 cases, has been changed, including the case from which the Vodafone and Kail. That this government took so long to undergo Mr. Mukherjee's gambit after losing a tax pursuit against Vodafone is disappointing. That this government took so long to undo Mr. Mukherjee's gambit after losing a tax pursuit against Vodafone is disappointing. So the fact that our country took a lot of time to realize this and took a lot of time to scrap away Mr. Mukherjee's loss or gambit is really disappointing, because they should have done this a long time ago. And if they would have done this a long time ago, the conditions between us and Vodafone would be looking better right now. Even before 2014, the BJP had called the retrospective provisions tax terrorism. So the opinion that what Mr. Mukherjee had proposed was not completely right. This opinion, it existed even in 2014. In fact, they call his laws tax terrorism. But no action was taken. Yet it did not walk the talk despite a resounding parliamentary majority, while promising global investors that it does not approve such measures. And even though everyone in the parliament, while the law was being made, even though everyone in the parliament liked it and agreed with its proceeding, it didn't seem appealing or pleasing to the global investors. Whether this was a result of political dithering, bureaucratic bungling, or ill-informed legal advice, the sore point for the potential investors remained on the statute. This should now lead to a formal burial of a matter that has cost India dear. So now this has become a matter which is going to cost India so much, because if Vodafone goes away from India, many telecom networks are going to get hurt, because they depend on Vodafone. In Kane's case, the tax department began action in January 2014, but the assessment orders were passed and Chase sold off to recover retrospective tax dues under this Kane arbitration cases had been lost, and investors hoped that the government would abide by the legal process and close this sordid chapter. Instead, appeals were filed with the government asset. So, in Kane's case, means in a situation of Kane, the tax department began its action in January 2014, but the assessment orders were passed and its shares sold off to recover the retrospective tax dues. So, even though the tax government began its actions against these laws by Mr. Mukherjee, even in 2014, but the orders were passed, right? Because the laws were already passed, and its shares sold off to recover. And the main aim of those laws was to recover retrospective tax under this regime's watch. So basically, what Mr. Mukherjee, what Mr. Mukherjee had proposed and what had become a law is that um, they did did the the orders were passed and shares of to recover the retrospective tax pending the international arbitration. By December 2020, the Vodafone and Kane arbitration cases had been lost, and investors hoped that the government would abide by the legal process and close this audit chapter. So by late 2020, by December 2020, everyone knew that the conditions or the relation between India and Vodafone was becoming very weak, and yet no one did anything. And now we are just hoping that somehow our government will resolve this issue. Instead, appeals were filed with the government asserting as recently as May that it will vigorously defend its sovereign that the right to tax and had never agreed to arbitrate a national tax dispute. Instead, appeals were filed. Instead, what happened was that yes, these laws were right. We don't need to change them. With the government asserting as recently as May that it will vigorously defend, and recently in May the government has told that it will vigorously means it will strongly defend its sovereign right, its national right to tax, and had never agreed to arbitrate a national tax dispute. On Friday, Mr. Sitharaman said that the government was waiting for those cases to reach their legal conclusion. Now that they have the BJP is fulfilling its commitment that it does not believe in retrospective taxation. So on Friday, Mr. Sitharaman, our finance minister, has said that she was waiting for those 17 cases of Kane to reach the logical conclusions. So she basically wanted to see how the situation would end. And now that the situation kind of ended, um, the BJP party or the central party is hoping to fulfill its commitment that it does not believe in the process of retrospective taxation. If that were indeed the case, the government could have introduced these changes in the budget instead of wasting more legal resources on filing appeals. But no one really believes it, because if the central government was so against retrospective taxation, but it's not, because in May it had vigorously supported its sovereign right to retrospective taxes, and no one really believes them, because if what the government said was true, which it is certainly not, even if it is, then why would it appeal the files? It is quite clear that U-turn has been prompted by the Keynes Energy's relentless pursuit to enforce the arbitration award that it has sought to get Air India labelled as the government's alter ego, creating fresh doubts for the alien's potential buyers, and a French court has permitted it to freeze Indian assets in Paris must be significant triggers. So this situation started from the telecom industry, and it moved on to the airline industry, and it hit Air India. So Air India got labelled as the nation's alter ego, and this created fresh doubts for the investors in Air India from all across the globe. Whether Kane will be backed down from those claims or forfeit the interest and damages as offered by the government to close the chapter will likely depend on its institutional shareholders. So what happens now just depends on the investors and the shareholders. Irrespective of the outcome, the global capital is unlikely to immediately forget the ad hoc approach ad hoc approach to this critical policy issue in Russia. So whatever happens, no one will ever forget what the decisions made by India that which led to this situation. Be it fluctuating trade traffics or shifting GST rules and rates and rules, India needs to demonstrate greater clarity and consistency in policy across the board to fix its broken credibility. So everyone lost trust in India because what happened with Vodafone, how it uh, how it changed its opinion that it was defending retrospective taxes to it was not, and it was vigorously against them. So whatever it may be, trade traffics, GST rates, GST rules, or anything, India needs to maintain more clarity so that next time, hopefully, other countries will invest and they will do it more with more trust in us. Thank you.